This video is called Why is Modern Warfare the most hated game ever? Not Call of Duty, the most hated game. And this is one I figured we could watch while I level weapons and zombies. I can pause it and go over why I disagree, because I read through some of his comments and I disagree with some of them. So I figured this would be fun. So let me pop all my perks and stuff and then we'll wait for the exfil and then we'll go there. Also, let me know how the game volume is.
Something other than using mom's credit card.
Nope.
I never thought I'd say this, but the Call of Duty community is finally united on something. Something other than using mom's credit card to buy bundles in the COD store.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
COD
Am
suckers
I?
or not, the COD community shares common ground on one thing. They hate Modern Warfare 3. They hate Modern Warfare 3 more than the 3,000 developers hate making good maps.
Okay. Let's start there. Do people hate Modern Warfare 3? I don't think they hate Modern Warfare 3. I think they're bored of Modern Warfare as a series because they all played it last year and we're used to getting a new game every single year. So I don't think people hate the game. In fact, I think a lot of people are seeing a lot of improvements throughout the year. So I don't know if that's true to begin with.
Infinity War, Border Crossing. But why
map
do
was
COD
horrible.
players hate Modern Warfare 3 so much? Everyone thought MW3 was going to be an improved version of MW2. That is Modern Warfare 2 2022 I'm talking about. I never disrespect the OG MW2, comment if you know. But that year of Modern Warfare 2 2022 was easily the most miserable time for Call of Duty. And that's saying a lot, since Vanguard came out a year prior. From the lack of content.
Okay. I'll say this right now before he dives into anything. Also, is the volume of the video good? Vanguard is a far worse game than Modern Warfare 3. In every single way. Every way. And I think we'll get into that throughout the video, but anyway.
Content to Infinity Turd ignoring the community to the worst maps in COD history. How could it get any worse? How could we hate a game even?
He's saying that Modern Warfare 3 is worse than Modern Warfare 2, is that right? Because that's just wrong.
More than that one? Well, I'll tell you what. Call of Duty never ceases to amaze me. Modern Warfare 3 sales have been historically low. They significantly dropped off from MW2 sales. Player counts have been dropping.
But keep in mind, this is another Modern Warfare game back to back. I think they expected that, and that comes into the whole DLC aspect of it. I don't think that is a surprise to anyone.
No one seems to give a damn about this game other than to slander it. It's safe to say Call of Duty always gets the most hate of any game out there. But man, it somehow reached a whole other level with Modern Warfare 3. So let's uncover this disaster. Whether you consider yourself a noob or a sweat, you're going to want to hit that like button and subscribe to the wand, because I'm about to save you time from going to a therapist by taking a steaming dump all over Modern Warfare 3 and saying what's really on our minds. And I'm just going to be real, this is going to be a mess.
Doing part of this
things
for
are wrong
views.
with this game, but screw it. This is the top 17 reasons Modern Warfare 3 gives you severe hemorrhoids. Number 1, it's a soulless cash grab. Modern Warfare 3 is a scam. By now, you've probably already heard how much of a disgrace Modern Warfare 3 truly is. After all, I uncovered it.
Alright, wait. He's saying Modern Warfare 3 is a scam. A scam is not what Modern Warfare 3 is. I think Modern Warfare 3 is very honest about what it is. And the amount of content that they put out after release, I think, states that. But, like, scam is a strong word. And I don't think, like, a scam is, like, I'm trying to see if I can argue either way with it. Give me a second. So, if I was to play devil's advocate and be like, okay, is this a scam? And try to argue that it is. The biggest thing would be is that this isn't a full game. And I think where he's going to go with this is the campaign and how short it is. I think that's where he's going to go with this. I don't know, but I'm guessing. Also, I need to look for a decoy grenade on the ground because for some reason I didn't equip them. And I need tactical skills. But yeah, I think that's where he's going to go with this. And that's probably the one argument you could make, that it was unfinished campaign, but it still came out with a campaign, still came out with a new co-op mode. And I don't think that you can really argue that it's a scam per se, but sure.
Before the game even came out. It's an over-glorified $70 DLC
Knew that was
expansion
coming.
pack to Modern Warfare 2 2022. Modern Warfare 3 is a slap in the face to the original Modern Warfare trilogy.
The one thing I would like to ask him is, if this is a scam, how long have you played the game for? How many hours do you have put into the game? I'm just curious, because if you played for more than 70 hours, I think you got your money worth.
It is nothing like the OG MW3. Modern Warfare 3 is the wannabe version of what Miles Morales is to Spider-Man 1. Except, you know, Miles Morales didn't want to make me repeatedly bang my head against the wall. How could you market Modern Warfare 3 as a premium $70 release when it became so obvious that it was intended to be DLC? We all knew Modern Warfare 3 was a scam from the jump. But my theory is Activision wanted to test how stupid and gullible Call of Duty consumers.
This I agree with, and I say this all the time in videos. Activision is constantly testing to see what you will spend your money on. And this was a test to see if they did in 2 years, if they do something like Black Ops 2 Remastered as a brand new game and charge $70 for it, are people going to pay for it? I completely agree with that this game was a test for that, and what the game needs to be to actually come out as a full release. I 1000% agree with that. And I think we're going to see another version of this.
Rumors truly were, meaning you and I. I know, that sounds pretty bad, but I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. And it turned out to bite them in the ass, because according to reports, Modern Warfare 3 sales dropped off 38% compared to a year ago with Modern Warfare 2. That's a big chunk of players saying, F you, I'm not buying your soulless.
I don't think that's because this game is a DLC per se. I think that's because this is another game that has the same setting as the previous one. So like, if this, for example, wasn't a Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 year, I don't think this game would have sold as bad, but I think it's because it's the same setting and it kind of got that name. That's probably the biggest reason why. At least that's what I think.
Cash grab scam. That's not to say Call of Duty still isn't making money off the Black Cell Battle Pass,
Oh, it is.
microtransactions, the bundles, and all that, but it goes to show how hated Modern Warfare 3 truly is that 4 out of 10 people gave Call of Duty the finger with MW3. People are starting to wake up in the COD community, and it's a beautiful thing to see. After all, we're used to seeing beautiful things.
I don't
Number 2,
think people are starting to
skill-based
look at
matchmaking,
Oh, here we
engagement
go.
optimized matchmaking, and AI bots. Modern Warfare
Okay.
3 is rigged.
I think it's been proven that there's no AI bots. I think people have done testing. There's no AI bots. But anyway, the rest I'm curious to see what he says. And it's not rigged. Wrong word again. And scam and rigged are the wrong words. Extremism, I guess, is what he's going for.
I'm tired of hitting all my shots if the game says nah, fuck you. Then all the COD suckers
That's
tell us we're
connection.
crazy. Well, guess what, Lenny? We're not crazy. I'm tired of being matched up with the worst players in the planet.
Yes,
while
that
the other
sucks.
team has a
Agreed.
full stack of CDL sweats.
Agreed.
Speaking of CDL, Activision got sued by Scump and Hex.
Nice.
Skill-based matchmaking has increased my blood pressure in ways I didn't think were possible. It's frustrating when you want to play the game with the intention of enjoying it. I know, that's pretty sad that you even have to emphasize that. But then you realize that you're not even playing the game. The game's playing you. Then you're like, why the f am I even on this game? Or should I say, why did I hop on this casino? Because that's what Modern Warfare 3 truly is.
Okay, you want to play a game that was a casino? Go back to Black Ops 3 when they had supply drops and like literally the chances of getting a new gun, you could spend thousands of dollars and still never see it. That's when we can get into saying that this game, like the games were slot machines, because they were.
It gets you hooked for one game where you play well and you feel like you're the best player on earth. Then it crushes your dreams for the next 5 games as you get curb stomped by the sweatiest creatures you have ever played against. But right before you get off, Call of Duty gives you another good game and puts you in an easy lobby so you can once again get that feeling that you're the best player on earth. When in reality, the game is playing you the entire time. Oh, but it gets worse. It's called Engagement Optimized Matchmaking, or EOMM. This is what I refer to as the silent killer of Call of Duty multiplayer, because most players sadly aren't aware.
There's a point I want to get to when
of
after he
as much
says
as they
this.
are skill-based matchmaking. What EOMM does is basically manipulate you in-game to suit its algorithm. In other words, Modern Warfare 3 is a rigged piece of shit. I'm sure many of you have heard of skill-based damage, skill-based hit detection, your fist going through your monitor. It's all very real, unfortunately.
Okay, no.
It costs a good amount for a new monitor.
No, skill-based hit detection and that, like, all of that they're not real. Like, that would be a very big thing, and no, those aren't real or anything like that. But he's taking away from the main point. Engagement optimized matchmaking is a thing, and you could argue what's worse, skill-based or engagement-based, but they're always going to do this, and it's going to be very difficult to find a game even outside of Call of Duty that doesn't do this. Anyway.
But basically what EOMM does is nerf your damage to enemies, nerf your connection, erase your bullets so they somehow don't connect. COD is even believed to nerf your elephant footstep volume. Now, you tell people your experience of this garbage happened on MW3, and they call you crazy, like you're the nut holding up the street sign, the end is near, until they realize you're right, and they've woken up to how corrupt Call of Duty is.
Okay, where's your proof on this?
It's too late, because they've spent thousands of dollars on cringe bundles. The crazy part is all these ways
spent a
that
single
Modern
dollar
Warfare
on a
3 is
bundle.
rigged is solely to manipulate your experience to stay on the game, which is ironic considering it has the complete opposite effect on most of us. I'll get into why MW3 is rigged in a moment.
Also, he's wrong about that. So far, I disagree with a lot of what he's saying, but do I think this game's great? No. So him saying, "Oh yeah, they nerf footstep volume and all of this stuff," it's not true. There's zero proof of it. It's never been proven. Same with the AI bots. But like I think he's kind of taking away from the actual conversation of, okay, I play a game and I get into a lobby and everyone on my team is god awful. And the thing is he's saying that this is making people play less. Well, if that was the case, finally we got the decoy. If that was the case, no one would be playing the game and they wouldn't be using it. So yes, maybe if you're an amazing player and you watch Call of Duty all day and you are the person that this is screwing over, I completely agree. But at the same time, is it ruining the game? No.
Moment. But can
Well,
we
yes.
please
Yes, it is,
discuss the
but
hot theories
not in the
surrounding
way that
AI
he's
bots
saying.
in MW3 multiplayer?
Oh, here we go.
While the biggest talk in the COD community was the drama surrounding AI bots in MW3 multiplayer. The theory is Call of Duty uses these bots to fill multiplayer lobbies for one reason: to keep the match as close as possible. And that could mean the bot joins a team and shreds the other because the team they joined isn't very good, or they join a team and suck to bring the team down because they're doing too well. Crazy, right? Well, there was a bunch of suspect clips going around the COD community of straight up weird behavior from players in the game.
It was probably
but an
hackers.
Activision patent later came
That's
out
a whole
that
other
confirmed
conversation.
it is not just a theory. What this is basically saying is there are AI bots in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer that mimic a real player's behavior, so that you can't even tell if it's a bot or not. This pretty much ends the discussion as far as I'm concerned. Don't even try to defend this one, COD sucker, you're out.
Don't try to defend it. Your argument for this is that there are AI bots with human behavior, that the bots are so good that we think they're humans, so that they're obviously bots. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, as to why Call of Duty uses skill-based matchmaking, engagement-optimized matchmaking, and AI bots to rig your Modern Warfare 3 matches, well, it all goes back to one thing, and it's the third reason why Modern Warfare 3 is so damn hated. Number 3, microtransactions, bundles, cosmetics, and skins that make me want to aggressively bum rush through
I want
a
to hear
field
what he
of
has to say
Legos.
about this.
You want even more proof MW3 is rigged? Let me show you another patent regarding the significance that skins have over manipulating the game. According to this Activision patent, Call of Duty intentionally puts you in lobbies with players who have bought skins and are using them in game. Why, you may ask? Well,
I haven't
it's a
seen
way
that
for
before,
Call
but I
of
could
Duty
see
to
it.
shove their skins in your face to encourage you to buy them. The simple thinking behind this is giving the player with the skin an advantage in gunfights over the player who, let's just say, has not
No,
bought a skin.
I don't agree with
Because
that.
This makes the player who has not bought a skin say, wow, that dude is really good. I can't tell if it's because he's on crack, Adderall, or G Fuel,
Okay, no.
but I'm willing to take a chance on that skin.
You lost me again. I was with you for a second there. I think that could legitimately be a thing, that people who haven't purchased things get placed with people who have, so that they see the skins. But I don't think they put you with good players with it so that you think they'll make you better at the game. That I don't agree with. So maybe I'm crazy, but
Finally make my parents proud and become an esports pro athlete on Call of Duty. Not to mention the FOMO involved. Many players think, oh, I have to buy and use this skin because everyone else is. Point is, the sole reason Modern Warfare 3 is rigged is to get you to spend more money. And these big AAA companies are the best at manipulating players to get the outcome they want through nefarious algorithms. But skins have another negative effect on the game that the COD community is extremely vocal about, and you probably already know what I'm going to say. And that is how skins have killed immersion in the Call of Duty franchise.
Oh, this one.
And it's only gotten worse in Modern Warfare 3. Just think about the title of this game.
You don't think respawning killed immersion in Call of Duty? You don't? Like, I think there's a million other things that you could say killed immersion first. I've said this before. The bundles and like skins don't take away from immersion for me. I'm not immersed in Call of Duty like I'm playing as SEAL Team 6 going through Clean House. Like that, I'll play the campaign if I want that. But I can see the argument for that. I just don't agree with it.
Modern Warfare 3. Think about it in your head. Say it out loud. And then play Modern Warfare 3 and tell me what you see. Does that look like Modern Warfare to you? Remember when Call of Duty was military based?
I can't disagree, but I don't agree with it.
Were default military dudes, and it really leans into the gritty atmosphere of war. It gave intensity. When Call of Duty only had these default skins, it truly did immerse you into the game. It felt genuine. Modern Warfare 3, on the other hand, is a completely different story. But seriously, now there's a rubber duck, a bunny, a rat. We can start a farm on this motherfucker. And remember the Groot skin controversy? That bastard was literally see-through. And it got so bad.
Yeah, that's when it gets
Call
bad.
of Duty had to remove it from the game,
Yeah,
nerf it so that
I
it
agree
was
with
easier to
that.
see, and add it back in game. But they waited until that season was over to push
True.
players onto the new battle pass and skins they were advertising, which decreased the value of the Groot skin. Genius, but scummy. And oh, don't worry, the Call of Duty
That part I
circus
agree
makes
with.
another stop. This time, it's with bundles, and it gets ugly. Recently, Call of Duty released their most expensive bundle ever, at 3,400 COD points, only to remove it and take the price down 1,000 points, as well as...
What we talked about before when I said that Call of Duty is always testing things. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They put out a bundle for 3,400 COD points to see if people are going to buy it. It gets a bunch of negative feedback, and then boom, just like that. Oh, okay, that was a mistake. No, that wasn't a mistake. You were trying to test to see if people were going to buy it or not. So don't like just be honest. That I agree with.
To refund all the COD suckers 1,000 COD points who actually bought that build. But the disgusting part is Call of Duty didn't even refund the money, all because of a pricing error.
Oh, they didn't? Yeah, that's...
Call of Duty straight up robbed people with this bundle. Why, you may ask? Well, other than their greedy intentions, basically they wanted to see how stupid we are. They wanted to see what reaction it would draw from the community.
He's right.
So they could find out how much they
I've disagreed with a lot up to this point,
so
but he's
I
right
guess
on
that
this
still kind
one.
of counts as greed. Luckily, though, we called them out on their BS, and we all had a happy ending. In your dreams, you stupid mother... At the end of the day, the COD developers now focus on skins more than making MW3 actually, playable. And it just fuels our hatred
somewhat
for
true,
this
but
game
I
even
think
more.
that's QA
Number
testing,
4,
not skins.
MWZ. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies
Ooh,
is
what is he
the
gonna say about
epitome
this one?
of laziness in a complete scam. We'll get into why it's a
Scam?
scam in a bit here,
Okay.
but let's talk about how lazy Call of Duty truly got with MWZ.
Maybe. We'll
They
see.
marketed MWZ as the biggest zombies map ever, and the first open world experience for COD players, combining the classic zombies
didn't
mode
say that.
with DMZ. Sounds amazing on the surface, right? But in reality, it's the biggest zombies map ever, because all they did was copy the new Warzone map. And Call of Duty decided to make
I don't think there's
MWZ
anything wrong with that.
open world because it's the easiest possible thing.
So is the Nuketown Zombies map just a copy because they copied the Nuketown map? Is it a scam because of that? I don't agree with that section, but you can make arguments as to why Zombies was a scam. But we'll see what
they
he
could
says.
have done. Think about it. What was even updated? Season 2 released for Modern Warfare 3 with everything being an in-season update for Zombies mode, meaning you'd probably have to wait another month for something new while multiplayer gets new maps and weapons. I'd be furious if I were strictly a Zombies fan. Call of Duty knows
that's
they
the
don't
part
have to
where
update it often.
I agree.
And this goes into how Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is a scam. What do you notice about these screenshots? Seems like Call of Duty is trying to sell you MWZ because Treyarch is developing it, right? Why?
Bait
Well,
and switch.
obviously because Treyarch has the most prestige, no pun intended,
When it comes to
developing
zombies, yeah.
the most iconic Zombies modes since Call of Duty World at War in 2008. Black Ops Cold War Zombies, their most recent COD, even was a success. We'll just skip over Vanguard Zombies, but honestly, you can't even blame them for that.
Yeah,
one.
like I
Being
said.
constantly crammed to do everyone else's dirty work. But you get the point. Treyarch has all the respect in the world in the Zombies community, so by default, if you dangle Treyarch in front of Zombies players, odds are they're gonna buy in and be hyped for it. Sounds great, right? Well, fast forward to today.
Liar!
Yep, that's right. The biggest reason you had hope for MWZ, and possibly the only reason you bought Modern Warfare 3, is now gone. So Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, MWZ, whatever you want to call it, turned out to be a total scam.
So here's the issue, right? Is I don't think that's necessarily the reason why it's a scam, but the lack of support for such a long and prolonged periods of time, when this is kind of marketed as it's going to be this kind of like live service ever expanding thing, and then there's just like months and months of periods of time where it's not getting updated, and behind the scenes that's because Treyarch is working on something. I don't think it's a bad thing that it got passed off to, I believe it's Raven who's working on it now. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that part is necessarily a bad thing, but it's a little sketchy.
And this leads me to believe Treyarch never even really needed to develop this mode in the first place. I understand they needed to work on their next Black Ops game, but if all they really needed to do was add DMZ contracts to zombies with schematics on the copy and pasted Warzone map, why couldn't Sledgehammer or High Moon do that? Unless Activision really put Sledgehammer on the clock, then Treyarch was basically used for the name alone to get people sold on MW3 Zombies.
The name
Scam,
alone,
if you
and
ask
because
me.
they're good
But
at
hey,
doing this
all
kind
I'm
of
gonna
stuff.
say is they better bring back round-based in COD 2024, because this is a worse look than the next reason Modern Warfare 3 is the most hated game ever.
Hot take. I think people are going to be upset if they don't have an open world zombies mode in Call of Duty 2024 now. I think somehow they need to have both an open world and a round base, but we'll see.
Number 5. Modern Warfare 3's
Oh, here we go.
The worst Call of Duty campaign ever. Worse than Black Ops 3's campaign. It is the worst experience I have ever had
Vanguard's is worse.
playing through any single player mode on any game. I really don't want to spend much time on this just because of how much I genuinely despise it, but I'll simply run through what we all hated about it. Piss poor writing, open world filler missions, killing off soap for literally no reason, generic plot about stopping missiles, overglorified DLC expansion to MW2, no emotion, no immersion, no rhyme or reason, no fun, this campaign. Number 6.
I agree with everything that he said about the campaign. No motion, no rhyme or reason. Killing soap, no rhyme or reason. Like, why? I completely agree with everything that he said there. Yep, 100%.
The Battle Pass. It seems like every time I load this game up, I'm just flooded with reminders that the Battle Pass exists, as if I wasn't aware it's been a thing for over 5 years now. The thing I hate most about the Battle Pass, though, is that it kills progression.
Gonna exfil.
Call of Duty used to have a traditional prestige mode, where you level up to hit that new mark, normally around level 50, resetting your level, and requiring you to...
Is he gonna say that Modern Warfare 3 is horrible because it doesn't have prestiges? Because, like, this is not a new thing.
to level up again, if you chose to, so that you had to play to earn those weapons and perks. It gave you something to grind for. Nowadays, it's literally pay to win. You rank up through the Battle Pass tiers to unlock new weapons and skins that are locked behind a paywall. And we already know how these microtransactions, these bot weapons, play a role in rigging MW3, giving unfair advantages to players who purchase these cosmetics. And your prestige and level has become a vanity metric. It holds no value anymore. Throughout your first
So I agree with this, but this isn't Modern Warfare 3's fault. This has been a thing for a very long time. So let's just be clear with
50
that.
levels is the only time you play through the game to unlock weapons, perks, and equipment. After that, your level just keeps going up and prestige loses its meaning, resulting in the death of progression
And I think the worst part of it is you can't keep leveling once you hit top level. Like, that's stupid.
in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. The Battle Pass. We want progression back. And I know, this technically could be tied in with my third point I made about microtransactions, but I think it's worthy enough for me to take a dump on it alone.
I'm curious what he's going to say about this, because I think the Battle Pass is the one thing where you actually get value, but I could be wrong. I need to put a pack on. Do I have one? Shoot. We only have a... I need a pack. And we got... Okay. All right. I thought I put one in here, but I guess not. I guess we're using double pack. That sucks. Okay. And might as well throw decoys back on. because I need pack-a-punch kills and then... Anyway. Anywho.
Number 7, the annoying ass daily challenge unlock system. Who asked for this? It's like we say we want a classic system back in Call of Duty, then you go ahead and make us complete daily challenges, which no one gives a damn.
I was wondering when he was talking about this. They essentially got rid of this, and at first, so he's talking about the armory unlocks, and at first when those were first introduced, I'm like, okay, this is an interesting system. It's a way of adding in new items, like they do with every single season, and you can unlock them via this route. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just the system to actually unlock them needed to be way better. I think having to actually grind for things is a good thing, but the daily challenges and locking them behind that and then having to win matches in multiplayer, there should have been another way of doing it. I think it was an interesting try, but a reason for people to hate the game.
Because it makes us play in a way we don't want to play. Why would you do this? Oh, but don't worry. You also have the option to win 3 games instead. So you're telling me I have to complete daily challenges and or win 3 matches, which is completely reliant on whether skill-based matchmaking wants to screw you or not.
1 month. So this has been fixed already.
Sledgehammer. This progression system blows, but not as much as number 8, Modern Warfare 3's horrid UI. Each time I load up Call of Duty, it's like my memories erased.
This is the Call of Duty headquarters problem. Like the Call of Duty headquarters is abysmal.
And I'm just totally lost trying to figure out how the hell the UI works again. Remember when Call of Duty was flaunting that MW3 had the highest player engagement ever? Yeah, well, I'm starting to believe the UI plays the biggest role in that. Because you think about it,
that's actually funny.
It's like, of course players are staying on the game longer than ever. Because they're spending over an hour trying to figure out how to even get to it.
That's
it's
good.
A freaking
I
mess.
like it.
I genuinely believe Call of Duty designed this UI for the sole purpose of keeping you on MW3
It's not true, but it's funny.
Because it makes them look better. But yeah, let's not stay on this too long. I'm getting
so
sick.
Years ago, I went to Infinity Ward. I believe it was for Infinite Warfare, and I'm gonna use double weapon XP on this run. Yeah, I went to Infinite Warfare, and I was talking to their developers, and I said, "What's the hardest thing for you guys to do?" And they said, without a shadow of a doubt, it is UI. If we find someone who is good at making UI, they will get paid a buttload of money because it is not easy to do. Shocking, right? You think playing the game and making how character models move and stuff would be the hardest. No, apparently it's the UI. Why? I don't know.
Just looking at it. Number 9, hackers, aka
Oh, here we go.
aka losers, aka people who are not subscribed to the one yet. For real, subscribe if you're sick of cheaters in Call of Duty. Okay, where shall I begin with this debacle? Ever since crossplay came to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, cheating has gotten totally out of control, and it's only gotten worse with Modern Warfare 3. Even during the beta, the hacking spiraled out of control with multiple reports of cheating losers. But if you're using aimbot and wall hacks in MW3 Warzone, and you think you're actually good at the game, you, my friend, are a scumbag. You are ruining everyone's intention to have a casual experience, which kind of is impossible with skill-based matchmaking anyway, but still you get the point.
No, you're just ruining everyone else's day.
What is Ricochet even doing? They brag that they're banning thousands of players, but nothing seems to matter.
So you're always going to see cheaters in one way or another. It's just to what extent. And having an anti-cheat like they do and saying they put all this money into it, you shouldn't be having as many issues as you do. Of course, it's easier to see the bad times that come up because everyone's going to share those, but still, it should be better than it is.
Grand scheme of things. And you're telling me a billion-dollar company in Activision for their own game seriously cannot find a way to get this done? Is that the case? Or do you not want to spend the money because you don't have enough of it already from all those COD suckers buying your stupid ass bundles?
I don't.
Which is it?
I don't think it's a money thing in this one because I think it's actually important for them to like fix this for their player base. I think it's more so that they don't know how or they don't have the right people to do it. Maybe let me ask you this because I don't know the answer. How like Counter-Strike, people are cheating in that all the time. Like not at the highest tiers because it's harder to get to them, but people are cheating in that all the time and they've had problems with this for years. So like, is this in all games or is this just Call of Duty? Like take Fortnite or Apex Legends. Are they having just as many issues with cheaters or is this just a Call of Duty thing? I don't know.
Modern Warfare 3 has become unplayable due to this issue. And it's
W,
done
what's
so
up, dude?
bad. You just have to expect that someone is hacking or cheating in your lobbies. Half the time you can't even tell because everyone looks like Taz from the Looney Tunes on crack anyway. Stop cheating in Call of Duty. Number 10. Modern Warfare 3 2023 is a disgrace to the OG Modern Warfare 2. Remastered OG MW2 maps sound great on the surface, right? Being able to play Terminal, High Rise, Derail.
Derail sucks.
Seriously though, it sounds like a great idea on the surface to bring back all those maps in a newer game. Except this newer game plays like absolute dog shit. The way Modern Warfare 3 plays
I disagree
has
with
ruined
this.
the OG MW2 maps, which goes into the next reason MW3 is so hated. Number 11, Obnoxious, Dizzying, TTV.
Okay. So I don't think necessarily that Modern Warfare 3 plays bad. If you think that people want the exact same game as the original Modern Warfare 2, I think you're delusional. I think if you have that movement and I will say it, that slow of gameplay, I don't think people today would like that. I would. I would. I loved Modern Warfare 2, the original one. But I think the magic of Modern Warfare 2, and I will say this, and I will say it over and over again, is the magic of Modern Warfare 2 was that kill streaks stacked. And what I mean by that is if you wanted a 9 kill streak, like a Pavlo, I think it was a 9 kill streak in that game, and you called in a Predator missile, and it got 4 kills, you were now on a 9 kill streak. If you were going from a nuke from there, if your Pavlo got you, what would that be? Why can't I math right now? 16 kills, you would get a nuke. And that made it possible for everyone to get nukes and the top kill streaks, because if you just happen to get into a lobby where your streaks go off, you could get the top tier streaks, and everyone had a chance to do that. And because everything was overpowered, nothing was overpowered except for one-man army nuke dudes.
Sweat Lord movement. You know, I'm all for speeding the game up. A lot of us wanted Modern Warfare 3's movement to be faster than Modern Warfare 2 2022, when every weapon felt like you were handling an LMG. It was a much needed change, except Sledgehammer cranked it up way too much.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
When we said we wanted faster movement, we didn't mean to turn the game into a super soldier on G Fuel simulator. I personally imagined the movement would feel more like Black Ops Cold Wars, where it wasn't too fast but it wasn't too slow. Half the time when I'm on...
They have to have different movement in different games. If they didn't, it would get stale. And if you like Black Ops Cold War movement, cool, you're probably going to get that in the next Black Ops game. Is the movement too amped up in this game? I don't think so, but I don't know. Different people could have different opinions, I guess.
Modern Warfare 3, I feel like I'm playing Sonic. It literally makes me dizzy, trying to keep up with these movement lords, dragging their nuts around the map and hopping around like the Energizer Bunny on crack. Now combine this with number 12, a time to kill slower than the average camping codsucker's brain.
But is he saying the time to kill is too slow?
This is what
Funny
makes
clip.
the Sonic movement even more unbearable. Again, we wanted a slower time to kill
Oh,
that
okay.
required more skill
I
than
agree with
just
this.
two-tapping someone on MW2 2023. But again, Sledgehammer took it to an extreme
Wait.
in MW3.
Maybe I'm
Feels
wrong.
like the HP is closer to Black Ops 4, but for some reason it just worked better on that game. But again, it made more sense when you normally face it.
So he's saying that the time to kill in Modern Warfare 3 is too slow. This, I don't think I agree with. Yeah, it's harder to get challenges completed in multiplayer because of it, but I don't agree with that.
It's movement. I know, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I was expecting MW3 to have Cold War's time to kill. Not too fast.
Sounds
but
like
not
this
too
guy
slow.
just likes Cold
Is
War.
it really that hard for
Which
these
is fine.
developers to understand? When you combine fast movement with slow TTK, you get number 13. The core mode in Modern Warfare 3 is unplayable. Believe me when I tell you, I have never been a hardcore player, but the nightmarish pairing of facing Sonic the Hedgehog with Nerf bullets makes core mode an absolute disaster. I feel
Okay,
forced to
I
play.
think it just gives the game a higher skill gap, and I don't think he likes that, and I get that. I also am like that. That's why I never camo grinded in core. So he's onto something, but I don't necessarily agree with the sentiment that he's saying about it, if that makes sense.
Play hardcore, and you know what? It genuinely plays a lot better than core in MW3. Hardcore mode has way better pacing, and it feels like the sweat gets cranked down.
But people lay in
Which is all you can
corners
really
and
ask
don't
for Call
move
of Duty
because
nowadays.
you can
I know
one-tap
there's gonna be
people, so
outsiders looking in,
don't
or
agree
even
with that either.
cocksuckers saying, COD players are never happy.
They
Sledgehammer
aren't.
did what you wanted. What more do you want? But first of all, you COD sucker, we already addressed that they went in the right direction, but went way too far with it. And actually, I can't complain about
I hope by the end of this video he answers whether he liked Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3 better, because I'm just curious.
Black Ops Cold War in terms of movement and time to kill. It felt solid and it made the most sense of any COD game in the Warzone era. If you can't play the core mode of COD, then what's the point of even playing? So yeah, I guess we never will be happy as Call of Duty fans unless the developers start making the right decisions. Number 14.
Oh, I forgot to
Getting
pop.
stuck on random objects. Okay, I know this sounds kind of weird and nitpicky, but hear me out. I guarantee more people already know what I mean more than you think. For some reason, when I play Modern
This is
Warfare
nitpicky.
3, I find myself getting stuck to the most random objects on the map.
I find
It
that
could be
in
when you're
every single
frantically
Call of
trying
Duty
to
game
get
I've
to
ever
the door
played.
As you're trying to escape enemy fire, or literally just running around the map and you find yourself just sticking to something.
Exactly.
I don't know, I can't really explain it other than that, but it annoys the hell out of me enough to talk about it. And I think it's a Sledgehammer thing, so if none of you COD suckers like it, you can stick it. Number 15. The worst spawns in the history of Call of Duty.
That's
Modern
not
Warfare
true.
3 is the definition of revenge spawning. I couldn't tell you how many times I got murked by dudes who spawn right behind me. You
It
know
happens,
feeling,
yes, but
or
that's
vice
because they have
versa.
the most
The
small
sickening
maps
part
ever in
is
Call
the
of Duty.
bad spawn system is all tied in with MW3 being rigged. That's why you notice the only pattern spawns seem to have is chaos. Expect players to spawn and shoot from
Notice
where
how
you're
every
not
map
looking.
that he's showing
In other
right now
words,
is one of
you're
the small
helpless.
maps. Play on a
Let's
big
not
map.
forget, it also ruins the feel of the OG MW2 maps.
Or even
Part
medium.
of the reason they don't feel the same anymore. And it goes back to the point I was making about how Modern Warfare 3 is a disgrace to the OG Modern Warfare 2. Number 16. Lame events. I feel like very rarely do these events provide you any sort of reward that is worth grinding for.
This is a stupid complaint, because the events, even when they're dumb and they're just get XP, they're better than nothing, right? At least it gives you a reason to play. This is the worst thing that he said, because I just disagree. Yeah, you can say, come on, like, make the events better. This is how you can make them better. But just to say that they're dumb and I don't want them, why would you not want something that's more than nothing?
Something other than a migraine. Yeah, complete all the mind-numbing challenges for stickers and charms and loot, and unlock a new weapon that they'll nerf next season so they can promote their newer weapons. Sick. I feel like this is the biggest incentive in progressing outside of the battle pass, and I just don't see a point in either. There have been better events in previous games, but MW3 events have been pretty lame so far.
What?
Number 17.
What events?
Broken servers. There is no excuse for Call of Duty to have such weak servers. Modern Warfare
Zombies,
3
I agree.
is a $70 high-budget AAA game.
Multiplayer,
So how the
I
hell
get a pretty good
do you have an
connection,
incident
but
where your
I'm
server
literally
just
lagging right
completely
now in
shits the
zombies.
bed? This happened recently where people's levels reset, weapon levels, ranks, and a bunch of other glitches. It even
When you have a live service game, things are going to break. They're going to break frequently and often and probably with every single update. And this isn't going to change. It's how quickly they fix them. And right now, Warzone's reload is broken, and it's not acceptable for it to be broken for as long as it is, with that being such a big thing in the game. But it's always going to happen. It's how they deal with it after. And hopefully we see a fix like today.
turned off skill-based matchmaking, which in that case, please, more dysfunction. You know it's bad when Call of Duty's version of broken is the community's version of fixed. Ever since the beginning of the Warzone era, I don't know what Call of Duty did to their servers, but I have never lagged more in any other game. I'm sure it has to do with crossplay, but so does Fortnite and all these other games. Why don't they have lag issues this bad? I personally don't lag as much in any other game, and I think this problem with the servers is being amplified in Modern Warfare 3. Reflecting on all the things wrong with Modern Warfare 3 is a trip. There's probably things I'm forgetting, so comment if you'd like to chime in on taking a steaming dump on this game. And now that I'm thinking about it, the visibility is absolute garbage. Anyway,
agree with that
the
either.
community has spoken, and it has become very clear that Call of Duty has led Modern Warfare 3 2023 to be the most hated game ever. Before you click on this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel.
I'm assuming
Hit that like button if you
he
enjoyed.
is talking,
Activision ordered Sledgehammer Games to make another jetpack.
I'm assuming. Oh, someone actually, what he just said, making another jetpack game. Someone actually just said that in chat. So interesting. All right, what are our thoughts on that video? I'm curious. Is this the most hated Call of Duty game ever? Absolutely freaking not. There's not a chance. In fact, I think one of the things that you can look at with this game is it probably has, yeah, lower, but one of the most stable player counts ever in a Call of Duty game. Like, it hasn't had that, like, huge drop off that we've seen with many Call of Duty games before. So is it the most hated? No. Is there problems with it? Yes. I think its biggest problem sales-wise is the fact that it is a repeat of Modern Warfare 2 or a revamp, and spending money on that is hard, especially when Modern Warfare 2 was so bad. Like, so bad. I think it might be the most hated Call of Duty game ever, even with Warzone 2 out at the time. What do you think, chat? And then what he said at the end, another jetpack game? I don't know. I would like it. Would other people? Probably not.